This is Carnival Corporation hosts a free readiness workshop. Plus, a Grand Bahama business facing an uncertain future. And the mother of a man shot and killed in Bimini shares a message to her son's killer. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, starts now.
The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, everyone. I'm Raven Davis, and as always, it's a joy to have you in our company. Well, tonight we begin with an exciting opportunity on the horizon for small business owners on Grand Bahama. Officials from Carnival Corporation inviting the island's small business owners to join a series of free workshops aiming to prepare local suppliers for the bidding process and maximize their chances of securing opportunities with the multinational giant when it officially opens in 2024. More details in this report.
All of the things Celebration Key will be, it can't be the best it can be without the Grand Bahamian people.
Carnival Corporation is getting ready for the big launch of Celebration Key and is reaching out to suppliers from Grand Bahama to get involved. To help small businesses on the island, they're hosting a series of free workshops designed to give local suppliers the edge they need to compete in Carnival's bidding process.
We're doing our first workshop tomorrow, and I believe there's a small number of people joining. I think there was over 300 that have already registered for this workshop tomorrow. But we'll be back in September, October, and November as we are getting ready closer and closer to when we're opening.
The workshops will be facilitated by the corporation's sourcing team with both morning and evening sessions available.
We'll be having different what we call RFXs. So it may be a request for proposal, request for quote, request for information on different projects that we are working on, and as they're available and they come out, we'll be informing. Some are live right now.
Carnival is looking for top-notch service and is encouraging participants to put their best foot forward, as there will be a wide range of small business opportunities up for grabs.
For some of the things right now, we're looking for transportation. We're looking for still housing as well. We're looking currently operating right now is landscaping. We've had discussions about that, and that's been open. In the future, we'll be looking to continue to look at the rest of our marketplace. We have over, I want to say, 50 active projects right now. And that list will continue to grow, expand, and eventually contract, but there will always be an opportunity in some of those spaces.
And here's how to make the most of this opportunity.
As stated, we are super excited about the supplier readiness workshop that's coming up, and the first one is tomorrow, August 22nd. It's located at the Grand Lucaya in the Royal Palm Ballroom, and you can go to the Celebration Key grandbahama.com website to register, as well as Instagram and Facebook, Celebration Key Grand Bahama.
Now, the 4-month Supplier Readiness Workshop series is set to run from August 22nd through November 14th, 2024. The specific dates for the workshops are August 22nd, September 12, September 24, October 17, and November 14. Carnival is expected to open in the summer of 2025. In other news, the Bahamas Maritime Museum, located in Port Lucayo Marketplace, is facing an uncertain future. According to the director, the current product offering is not attracting enough visitors, and as a result, they are considering relocating to the nation's capital. Matthew Martinborough has more details in this report.
The Bahamas Maritime Museum is a relatively new addition to the Port Lucayo Marketplace, having opened in 2022. However, due to lack of customers, the historic exhibition is struggling to keep its doors open.
Right now, Grand Bahama just doesn't have the traffic, and the Port Lucayo Marketplace just doesn't have the traffic to sustain operations for us.
Director of the Bahamas Maritime Museum, Dr. Michael Paveman, notes business was initially successful, but now has been on a steady decline within the first few months of its grand opening.
But like any other business involved in tourism, our numbers go up with the busy season and go down during the slow season. And right now we're in the slow season. That's why you don't see anyone in Port Lucaya.
From aspects of Bahamian history like the Atlantic slave trade to biology of the marine wildlife harboring our waters, the museum presents an educational realm that is open to many, likewise of the Sir Charles Haywood Library. Though likewise of the literature collection staple, officials say a specific demographic has been a consistent presence at the museum.
I have to say, the part that excites all of us is that our #1 customers here to the museum have been the school children. We have school programs that where we bring the kids into the museum. We give them a full tour. We take them into our laboratory so they can see the hands-on work. And then we have a classroom set up upstairs, and we do a hands-on classroom activity with them based on the theme that the teacher selected before they came.
While there are plans for the archive to relocate to New Providence in the near future, the economic developments in Grand Bahama could be a deciding factor for the museum to drop its anchor here. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Matthew Martinborough.
Thanks, Matthew. In other news, the mother of Bimini's latest murder victim is speaking out tonight following the tragic death of her eldest son, James Sands. James was shot and killed in broad daylight while at work on that island. In this report, Yolanda Thompson-Everest reveals that despite her profound grief, the grieving mother has a powerful message for the suspect.
It's like, holy God, right now, holy God, what a pain. What I have to say, I forgive Mr. Brown. I want him to turn himself in. I don't want him to kill Mr. Brown. I want him to have life and have it more abundantly.
That is the voice of Mary Sands, teary-eyed and heartbroken over the death of her 32-year-old son, James Sands. The victim lost his life on Thursday, August 15th, in Bimini, leaving his family to pick up the pieces and move on without him. Mary shared that she had a serious conversation with her son at 11:07, where he discussed issues he was facing on the job. However, she reminded him of God's word, encouraging him not to hold malice in his heart for anyone. Moments later, she learned of his death.
And while home, then I got the news that my son, less than 20 minutes, that my son was shot and killed. That was a feeling, only God knows. I felt great pain all over again.
Mary further shares that while mourning the loss of her son, she was outside one day when she heard the voice of God petitioning her to forgive her son's killer.
Say, but God, this man killed my son. He take a part of me. I came inside, the Spirit spoke to me again 3 times. And I had to do it.
Despite some comments about her son's behavior, Mary clarifies that he was the breadwinner of his family, a loving person, a family man, and her provider.
James had a heart of gold. Everybody know James. James had a heart of gold. James wasn't a troublemaker. He was a loving person, even to the bed. James loved everybody. He was well loved by many.
As she comes to terms with this emotional chapter in her life, Mary pleads with the community not to harm her son's killer.
I don't want him to kill Mr. Brown. I want him to have life and have it more abundantly. Because I know my baby has that abundant life in Jesus Christ. James know God.
James's mother tearfully shares that there is no love like a mother's love, and that his devoted and affectionate spirit will never be forgotten. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Yolanda Thompson-Everest.
Now, police on the island of Bimini are actively searching for 28-year-old Shande Anthony Sean Brown, who is wanted in connection with a shooting murder that occurred on August 15, 2024. According to authorities, Brown was born in Kingston, Jamaica, but his last known address is Baileytown, Bimini. He is described as standing between 5 feet 10 inches and 6 feet tall, weighing 170 to 180 pounds, with a slim build. brown complexion, light brown eyes, and a low haircut. If you spot Brown, please approach with extreme caution as he is considered to be armed and extremely dangerous. Contact the Allenstown Police Station at 347-3144. Dial 911 or 919. Reach out to the Criminal Investigations Department at 352-9774 or 5 or call Crime Stoppers at 328-TIPS. And on the health beat, emergency response protocols at the Ministry of Health and Wellness have been activated following the declaration of monkeypox or monkeypox outbreaks in Africa. The World Health Organization declared a global emergency in response to the rapid spread of the virus. Through a news release, the Minister of Health and Wellness, the Honorable Dr. Michael Darville, confirmed that protocols and response measures to protect against the spread of monkeypox in the country have been activated and that quarantine measures and modalities are in place. Now, according to the press release, the ministry retains antivirals and the monkeypox vaccine for persons seeking preventative treatment or who may be high risk. Additionally, the ministry advises that they are now able to test for monkeypox in country via the National Reference Library, which significantly reduces wait times and offers the opportunity to rule out or treat persons presenting with symptoms. Some of the symptoms include skin rash or lesions, fever, headache, backache, swollen lymph nodes, chills, which can last for some 2 to 4 weeks. The Health and Wellness Minister says the vaccines are available free of charge at any public clinic. Well, the Reach Out Youth Organization hosting its annual Back to School giveaway, which many look forward to year after year. That's story, sports, and more when the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, returns.
It has the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of. Now it's here. Commonwealth Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly approval. It's a service that just comes naturally to us, just like how love of tradition comes naturally to you. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Come on down and see what Dolly Madison has in store for you. Renovate and rejuvenate at Dolly Madison.
It's back to school with Bellevue Gifts and Supplies. Shop now and get huge savings on composition books, 15% off textbooks, workbooks, school supplies, and all teachers' aids. Bellevue Gifts and Supplies, Queens Highway, making going back to school more affordable.
The West Grand Bahama and Bimini constituency brings you a back-to-school celebration hosted by Member of Parliament Kingsley Smith. Saturday, August 24th, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. at the 8 Mile Rock High School Gymnasium. Performance by Get Them Reggie. Spend your weekend at Gombeland. They're open 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Follow them on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. WhatsApp 816-3314 for more information. Get ready for back to school with Bellevue Business Depot. Enjoy 20% off store-wide and enter to win a laptop, smartwatch, or gift certificate when you spend $50 or more. Drawing is on September 21st. Don't miss out.
Here at Freeport Decorators, we have hundreds of products for you to choose from. Whether you're in the market for trophies, plaques, rubber stamps, corporate signs, any kind of interior signage, stamps, or seals, we're your one-stop shop. We feature glass, acrylic, crystal awards for every occasion. We build all the trophies here on site. Looking for a gift item? We feature pens, key rings, mugs, tumblers, barbecue tools, even bamboo cutting boards. Have something already? Bring it on down. Let us see if we can print that special something on it for you. Need a headstone? Memorialize the memory of your loved one with a beautifully lasered granite marker. Our store hours are Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. We focus on customization. So if you have an idea or a new concept, bring it on down or call us at 352-5557 or even WhatsApp your idea to us at 646-0777 and we will do our best to make your awards and recognition ideas a reality.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. Reach Out Youth Organization is gearing up to host its 15th annual Back to School giveaway. This year, Dudley Said, president of the organization, says they wanted to make a change, so they decided to invite the youth out for a spiritual uplift.
A lot of the kids need to hear some positive message. We also will be speaking to the parents this year. And we want them to understand that it's not only for supplies, but we want to make sure that they understand that they have purpose in their life. And we really want to just speak into them, prepare them for the new school year.
Corporate sponsors are excited to be a part of this initiative.
We are excited to be a part again of this effort that he's making to impact the young people of this community.
Anytime I have an opportunity to pour into the lives of young people, I jump on board.
We're pleased to participate in this back to school and youth rally.
We are elated to once again be a part of Dudley Said's efforts in reaching out to the youth.
We just wish that we are able to, come together with more of our corporate partners and our corporate community to really give back to the students at this time.
In other news, building on the momentum of previous successful events, Liberty Lodge number 19 and Divine Ladies number 003 recently hosted their third breakfast charity giveaway on the island. Members say the initiative aims to provide nourishing meals to approximately 100 local families in need.
We all know how it feels to be in need, and nothing warms more than a hot meal first thing in the morning. So we're here not to boast or brag, but just to give let the community in Freeport what is it that we're actually doing. If you see they happen to pass the hall and you see these wonderful brothers and sisters here, we're not actually selling anything. Right? The majority of our works comes through charity. Right? So we're here just to bring recognition to the communities here in Freeport, let them know what exactly that we have to offer here at this organization.
With plans already in motion for future events, the organizations are determined to continue their mission of service and community support.
It's overwhelming in so many different ways for us and for the community. I mean, you could see for yourself by the response that we're getting that it's making an impact in the community, and that's exactly what we want to do. Our goal here is we know we may not be able to stomp out food insecurity totally, but at least we could put a dent in it, and that is what our goal is.
And we're well into the hurricane season, and it's not just homes that need preparation. Pets do too. So it's crucial to have a plan in place to ensure the safety and well-being of furry family members. In this report with our Matthew Martinborough, he tells us how preparation can make all the difference when disaster strikes.
Preparing for hurricane season is an annual ritual that many Bahamians experience. However, our feline and canine companions should not be overlooked of members of that same family. Although hurricanes are a major concern, regular everyday thunderstorms should not be taken lightly as it pertains to our pets. Executive Director of the Humane Society of Grand Bahama, Elizabeth Burrows, notes households should not wait until hurricane season to train their pets to go inside to be sheltered away from the harsh elements.
Even in some of the bad weather that we have regularly, especially in the summertime with thunderstorms and whatnot, we see a lot of animals that get scared. They're afraid of thunder, and they'll do anything to escape. When thunder starts, they panic, can't find their way back home. Sometimes they fall in canals. So it's just when there's bad weather, whether it's a hurricane or just regular thunderstorms, it's really a good idea to have your animals inside where they're safe.
With places like stores and vet clinics are going to be closed in the midst of a storm, the executive director advises families to stock up on the essentials for their furry friends like any other household members.
2-week supply of pet food at least is a good idea. Also, when you're securing fresh water for your family, make sure you include enough for your pets. If the water's not safe for you to drink, it's not safe for them either.
Burrows adds to ensure your residence has ample room to accommodate your darlings, as the Humane Society cannot and will not take in any more pets at this time.
We are not boarding animals during hurricanes. Our shelter is susceptible to flooding, evidently, and we can't board any animals. We have a limited capacity here.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Matthew Martinborough.
That's a look at news. Jay, what's happening in sports?
Well, Raven coming up in sports, Jonquel Jones and the New York Liberty extending their win streak once again in the WNBA. Don't go away. Sports is next, right after this break.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
I still want to put shoes on your feet.
I want to put some shoes on your feet.
And I still want to put shoes on your feet.
We still want to put shoes on your feet.
2 locations to put shoes on your feet. Downtown Freeport, and now our newest location in the Carmichael City Shopping Plaza, right behind the Walk-Up Wendy's, Carmichael Road West.
Journey to a serene oasis. Relax. Rejuvenate. Renew. Welcome to Renew Day Spa. For appointments, call 352-RENU.
Foresight IT Professionals is offering back-to-school deals on all desktop and laptop computer systems, starting at just $4.99. Packages include printer and accessories. It's a great time to purchase that home or office computer. Phone 602-0946 or 813-3355. Foresight IT Professionals, your IT products and services resource.
During the calm before the storm.
Life-threatening storm surge and winds in the northwestern Bahamas.
2019,
Freeport Grand Bahama, praying for the best.
And in the wake of the devastation. We've hosted countless shows. We've interviewed numerous individuals. We've covered every angle and shared everyone's stories.
The whole roof came off.
Now, 5 years after Hurricane Dorian, we are telling our story.
We need to move now. Let's go now.
You can see we make it out of the hurricane.
I wasn't imagining this.
I was scared. I didn't know if I was scared or coming crying.
This was a storm like no other.
Join us for a Hurricane Dorian special as we take you into the eye of the newsroom. See what we endured behind the scenes during our relentless 72-hour live coverage from before and after the deadliest storm in our nation's history.
Outside is actually flooded.
This is more than a documentary. It's our journey, a testament to our dedication and our commitment to you. Airing September 1st on the only station that kept you informed during the worst storm in the history of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. This is the eye of the newsroom.
Good evening, ladies and gents. I'm Jay Philippe, and welcome to Sports. Well, first in sports, the Grand Bahama Volleyball Development Program underway at the Monkeypox Park. One of those bright spots, Kamani Lang.
I'd say I learned a lot this camp. They teach a lot of the fundamentals, and they was part of the big reason I'm as good as I am now, because I just started playing last year. And through this camp and these coaches, I was able to get at a much higher level to the point where I could play for Grand Bahama team on the Ballad Island. So it's very valuable, this camp.
Next in sports, Team Bahamas won the Goodwill Swimming Championships over in St. Lucia for the second consecutive year. A number of medals was won by Grand Bahama athletes.
We are extremely proud of our young kids on the island of Grand Bahama. They're doing extremely well. And so on behalf of the Honorable Minister, Ginger Moxie, myself, and by extension, the people of Grand Bahama, we say thank you. Job well done, kids. You are doing extremely well.
Coaches here ought to be commended. The parents ought to be commended. They're doing a wonderful job. And we just want them to know, the minister, the permanent secretary, the entire island wants them to know that we are watching and we are pulling for them and we are pushing and hoping that they would be able to get to the next level.
And last in sports, Jonquil Jones and the New York Liberty extending their win streak now to 7 games after taking down the Dallas Wing 94-74. The win improves the team's record to a league's best 24-4 win-loss record. Jones had another impressive stat line with another double-double, scoring 23 points and pulled down 12 rebounds in 30 minutes of action. Their next matchup will be against Dallas again on Thursday at home. Ladies and gents, that is your quick check on sports. I'm Jay Philippe. As always, be blessed.
And now a check on the local weather forecast sponsored by Royal Star Assurance.
Tonight's weather forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
'Cause it's so beautiful.
The Buddy Hield Basketball Camp is coming to 8 Mile Rock from August 20th to the 22nd. Join them at the 8 Mile Rock High School Gymnasium from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Plus, don't miss the big back-to-school giveaway in partnership with Power 104 on Thursday, August 22nd at the Pinedale Basketball Court from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m.
We all need to save time, gas, and money. Shopping at Save More can help you do just that. Make us your first stop for all your prescription needs and medical supplies. Get all your health and beauty items at the same time. And don't miss our huge choice of snacks to satisfy your cravings. And the largest vitamin selection and over-the-counter relief products. Need diapers and other baby care items? First stop. The new section for makeovers, cosmetics, and beautiful jewelry will make you sparkle for that next special event. Save More Drugs, your more store.
The most important thing in life is family, and whenever you need reliable advice, you look to the people you know you can trust. At J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, we earn our clients' trust every day. Whether it's home, motor, travel, or commercial insurance, we've got you covered. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
J.S. Johnson Insurance, peace of mind.
This year, 11 schools go head-to-head in the Battle of the Brains 2024. Witness the excitement as young minds compete in math, physics, chemistry, and biology. Watch this new episode of Battle of the Brains, powered by GB Power. Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Fowler, you are our Facebook friend of the day, and we are also wishing you a very happy birthday on this day. Thank you always for your support. We also want to wish our colleague Angel M a special happy birthday. Hope you enjoyed. And that concludes the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. On behalf of the entire news team in the North, I'm Raven Davis. Thank you so much for tuning in, but be sure to stay tuned. The Bahamas Tonight continues.
Coming up in the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, the Agriculture Minister giving a status report on the implementation of cannabis in the country.
thousands renew their passports, a sure sign that Saturday's services at the passport office is reaping great dividends. Police asking the public's help in solving a Nissan stolen car ring here in the capital. And in sports, Bahamas Motorsports preparing a national team for Spain. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, starts now.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Good evening, everyone. I'm LaDawn Davis, and this is the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Thanks so much for tuning in. How soon will the medicinal cannabis industry become a reality in the Bahamas is $1 million question, but despite the law being passed, there's still much more work to be done. We get some answers from Cleopatra Murphy.
Government is in no rush to introduce a medical cannabis industry. Instead, Minister of Agriculture and Marine Resources, the Honorable Jomo Campbell, says officials are focused on doing it right. It was his response to how soon the country would see real strides toward the establishment of an industry.
We still want to make sure that we address some of the concerns. I'm sure you all remember all of the remarks that was in the press and the dailies after the bill was debated in Parliament and through the Senate. And so, as we have the opportunity to iron out some of those wrinkles, we want to take full advantage of it. So when we produce this to the Bahamian public, it's the best product that it could possibly be.
Both houses of Parliament passed the Cannabis Bill 2024 and its accompanying bills in late July. The legislation lays the framework for the establishment of a medical cannabis industry, establishes the Cannabis Authority as a regulatory body, and decriminalizes possession of under 30 grams of cannabis. It also allows for sacramental use by Rastafarians. President of the Bahamas Christian Council, Bishop Delton Fernando, made it clear the body supports only medicinal use, rejecting other pieces of the legislation. Despite concerns about policing the industry, the Rastafarian community says it was considering legal action as it would be the only faith where government legislates their sacrament. Minister Campbell addresses if that community has been further engaged.
Personally, our ministry, no, but I'm aware that other ministries, in particular the Office of the Attorney General, has, yes, and I think that the Attorney General may be speaking on that a bit later this week also.
As for the establishment of the Cannabis Authority,
talks are being had even as we speak. I met yesterday with the Minister of Health, along with the Attorney General, the Honorable Ryan Pinder, and we will be meeting again in the very near future to secure and to tie off those efforts as it relates to the authority.
The minister says his ministry is currently undergoing a land audit with the aim of securing 25 acres of land for individuals who qualify for the medical marijuana industry. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Cleopatra Murphy.
Thanks a lot, Cleo. Well, Bahamians in the agribusiness industry participating in a 3-day control for human food course as officials look to beef up food exports while ensuring international safety standards are met. The course is being put on by the United States Department of Agriculture and the Inter-American Institute for Cooperation on Agriculture. Minister of Agriculture and Marine Resources, the Honorable Jomo Campbell, says participants will be trained on the standardized curriculum recognized by the FDA. Completion with certified participants so they can export their products to the United States. Minister of Agriculture and Marine Resources, the Honorable Jomo Campbell, talked about some of the challenges transporting food can cause.
This can lead to longer shipping times and potential spoilage or contamination of perishable goods. Many small-scale and local producers may lack access to the necessary resources, such as funds, training and technology, to implement effective food safety measures and comply with standards. Additionally, the Bahamas largely relies on imported food products, which is something that we are working diligently to change. And training is just one of the initiatives that my ministry and I support in our efforts to create more economic opportunities for Bahamian agri-businesses.
Chargé d'Affaires at the U.S. Embassy, Kimberly Furnish, highlighted the U.S. and the Bahamas' long-standing partnership, stressing the commitment to help the Bahamas address barriers to agricultural trade and help to diversity and the modernization of the industry. She says participants will learn to develop and implement food safety plans, while the Bahamas representative, Marie Dunleavy, also spoke to those benefits.
The food workshop will help you to better understand and comply with the U.S. FDA's Food Safety Modernization Act. It's a requirement to export processed agricultural products to the United States. The training is vital to access the vast U.S. market. Bahamian exports bolster the local industry, which in turn fosters food security at home. It also means more opportunity in the Bahamas, more income, and more jobs in the agricultural sector.
The value of each of you being certified as a preventive controls qualified individual is very obviously to increase food safety here in the Bahamas, but at AICA, we recognize that there's a very big, huge, in fact, benefit aside from the food safety aspect, and that is the economic development aspect.
The evolution of social media is a component of the Utilities Regulation and Competition Authority's newly released revised Code of Practice for Content Regulation. IRCA's public consultation document also addresses definitions and interpretations, operational and technical rules, harm and offense regulations, and the protection of young persons. The proposed extension to digital and social media platforms operated by broadcast licensees ensures consistent content regulation across all media, updating sensitive issues such as incest and sexual abuse to accommodate modern communication methods, and revising election silence rules to permit the broadcast of political discussions on election polling days are other proposed changes. The consultation will also clarify sensitive content refining rules around gaming advertising and substances like alcohol, cannabis, tobacco, and electronic cigarettes, and introducing guidelines for synthetic media created by artificial intelligence. Now, interested persons have until September 20th to provide IRCA with this feedback. Crossing over to news from the crime beat, police are on the hunt for 2 armed robbers. An all-points bulletin issued by the Criminal Investigation Department today for Jamal Rashad Demerit. The only characteristics police provided was that he has a brown complexion with a slim build. Now, the only name police gave for the other armed robber they want to question is a nickname, the Tallest. He has a brown complexion and a slim build. Now, if you can assist police locate these men, please contact the Criminal Investigation Department at 502-9991, 502-9992, 911, or your nearest police station. That stolen car ring still a major dilemma for police. Just yesterday, 4 cars were reported stolen, including a white 2013 Nissan Cube taken from Dignity Gardens off Carmichael Road, a white 2015 Nissan Note reported stolen from Tiki Street, a 2013 Nissan Note taken from the Western Road, and a royal blue 2007 Nissan LaFesta, which was reported stolen from Shirley Street. Now, if you have any information about these thefts or spot these vehicles, call 911, 919, or Crime Stoppers at 328-TIPS. The Bahamas will be home to the United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights' first Caribbean office. Foreign Affairs Minister, the Honorable Fred Mitchell, officially signed the historic agreement between the government and this UN-based office this week. The present agreement will govern the regional office, strengthen its capacity to promote and protect fundamental human rights, and facilitate the implementation of human rights obligations undertaken by Caribbean governments. This historic appointment marks the Bahamas as the first member state of the Caribbean community to hold this position. Now, the regional office of the United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights is expected to open in the coming months. A new initiative at the Passport Office reaping huge dividends for residents and staff at the Passport Office. Fern Carey reports.
These empty chairs in the waiting areas at the Passport Office are proof that a new initiative implemented at the Passport Office almost 2 months ago is proving successful. Chief Passport Officer P. Nicholas Simonet says since June 22nd, the Passport Office began opening half-days on Saturdays to allow individuals to apply for a passport, essentially eliminating long lines that are usually a reality during this busy travel period.
So it allows us just to stretch out the persons, the guests, the customers, just a little bit further and just provide more assistance. But so far, I think we have enrolled around about 3,000 persons on Saturdays alone, which has been good. And it's been good for the kids.
The Chief Passport Officer indicates that the Saturday service is also proving beneficial for last-minute travelers.
We've seen a lot of persons that showed up to the airport not knowing their passport expired that have been able to take advantage of it as well. We also have been putting out tips about just passport tips, reminders that you could actually renew your passports a year in advance now. You don't have to wait for 6 months. So we're urging persons to do it in advance, a year in advance. And then we also reminded the public that children passports expire every 5 years.
Now, the only time applicants may experience delays here at the passport office is if they don't have the proper documentation.
We still have a lot of persons who are coming in here, young kids, who are coming in here with the birth certificates, the birth's not registered. So we've been encouraging persons. There is an extended time frame that parents do have to register the birth, so we've encouraged them to go there and do that. And at the same time, then we have the issues with names.
The Chief Passport Officer also confirms that the backlog of passport applications is practically non-existent. He notes that the time frame for production of passports, which is 7 to 10 business days, is consistently being met. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Fern Carey.
And still to come, new teacher orientation. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Focall Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
At Commonwealth Bank, we offer affordable and flexible choices to get you back to financial fitness. Our personalized debt consolidation solution is built to fit any financial situation. One easy-to-handle monthly payment reduces your monthly expenses and gets you back on track to savings. Life is great when you're not weighed down by debt. Consolidate and live your best life with Commonwealth Bank, your leader in personal banking services.
Everybody on fried chicken, we are free bucket for the crew. Share a bucket together, everybody go live. Crispy original when we online. Bucket together under the new dance craze. Taste the explosion bursting with flavor.
KFC summer bucket deals: 8 pieces of fried chicken and 4 biscuits for $20. Add family fries, a 2-liter switcher, and 4 pineapple biscuits to your mega summer bucket for $30. It's finger licking good.
Back into school.
Mommy uses cookbooks. I watch recipe videos. She listens to the radio, but I prefer podcasts. We may have our individual fashion, but we always agree. Immunization is always in style. Times have changed, but vaccination is still a trusted way to prevent cervical cancer. Get your HPV vaccine and protect yourself today.
A message from PAHO WHO, the Ministry of Health and Wellness, the Canadian Government, the Caribbean Development Bank, and USAID.
This video needs to show us on a different scale. It has to be
extra. What, eh?
Hey, Quay.
Hey, what you saying?
Where you is?
I rode you on the bus stop with my friend.
Okay, so we want to shoot this video, and it's gonna be extra.
All right, Jim. I can just come to you. All right. I need your 25 cents no more.
early to get your uniforms and catch Janae's Uniform Center's buy 4 get 1 free sale. Free monogrammed and regular school shirts, dry fit and cotton polos, jumpers, skirts, boys long and short pants, PE shorts, underclothes, tights, socks, neckties, belts, sleeping mats, hair accessories, and character work desks. Get 50% off backpacks, lunch bags, and raincoats. Buy 4 school shirts, get 1 free. Buy 2 skirts, jumpers, or pants, get the third 50% off. Need embroidery and monogramming done? Visit Janae's Uniform Center early. Beat the back-to-school rush. Janae's Chesapeake Road back-to-school special. Restrictions apply.
The news is brought to you by Bahamas Striping Group of Companies.
Education Minister, the Honorable Glenys Hannah Martin, is again praising the performances of students across the country, but this time she is attributing it to improved physical environments at schools. On Monday, Ms. Hannah Martin took a tour of various schools to the view of progress of summer repairs and in some cases major work set to be completed before the new school year. She says the research has proven that enhanced campuses has helped students to improve their grades across the board.
All over the country, we've seen improvements with school performance. And the physical environment is a big part of it, I think. Of course, student self-mobilization, teachers, administration, all of the parents, all of these things play a role. But the physical environment is a very important part of how children and the educators settle in an environment which is a technical environment of transmitting knowledge and preparing young people. So the environment is very important.
I know you mentioned just now the...
Ready, Set, Educate, that's the mandate for the country's newest public school teachers for the upcoming academic year. The group, which comprises recent University of the Bahamas graduates and educators from Cuba, participated in an orientation exercise this morning to get better acclimated with the public school system. Classroom management, financial prudence, crisis intervention, and creating a work-life balance were among the topics discussed.
We want to give you time to acclimate to your new environment, and those of you from Cuba to our culture and our norms. Some of the sessions will target teaching in the Bahamian education system, and it is hoped that the knowledge gained will help you understand your roles and responsibilities, and of course to lead and help you create those wonderful lessons for students.
These new teachers joined the country's over 3,000 plus public school educators. This prompted Minister of Education, Technical and Vocational Training, the Honorable Glenys Hannah Martin, to capitalize on the ministry's intent to maximize curriculum reform.
Key components of the curriculum reform underway is an adaptation of primary school curriculum to avoid content overload. This was an observation that came to us from teachers themselves. We are introducing a new first ever modern history text, which is under its final revision, and a new curriculum to provide more immediately relevant history instruction as our young people develop a sense of self and nationhood. Our curriculum reform is centered on the expansion of technical and vocational education, and many teachers here today are a part of that major thrust.
The government is continuing its plans to place swimming pools in public schools on the island. This according to Education Minister, the Honorable Glenys Hannah Martin, who revealed C.H. Reeves Junior High School will be the first to have its pool completed. Hannah Martin says adding swimming to the curriculum is pivotal for not only survival, but for the advancement of the sport in the Bahamas. She noted construction phase should only take about 12 weeks for completion.
It will not be ready in time for when school reopens, but they said it would take about 12 weeks, and so thereafter we'll have that swimming pool there, and then Government High, and then we're looking at 2 other schools in the first, I guess, batch. We're also reviewing the PE, physical education curriculum, which will allow our teachers, and we found that we had at least 12 to 14 teachers that are certified in teaching swimming, and we've also established a relationship with the Aquatics Foundation, the Connery Foundation, and also you have Nancy and Andy Knowles, who currently engage in a program. They're in 8 schools, and they're looking to expand now also.
Minister Hannah Martin also stressed that the pools will be maintained properly and on time, recognizing the investment into the lives of students the government is making. She says those who may be concerned have little to nothing to worry about.
We'll bring a special focus to that to ensure that the facilities are maintained in the swimming pools. I've heard that concern, and I understand the concern because they say government buildings are never properly maintained. But we will look at ensuring that these swimming pools are maintained, particularly because there's a health factor and also because it's a major investment and a necessity.
As the new school year begins, the Bahamas Technical and Vocational Institute is charting a new course with the hopes of changing the narrative on trade education. Here's West Calix Forbes.
With the main campus on New Providence and a branch campus on Grand Bahama, the Bahamas Technical and Vocational Institute continues to add Family Island extension sites.
We opened a few months ago a site at Green Castle in Eleuthera. Very excited about that possibility. We are finalizing the renovations in Exuma, Georgetown, working in concert with a partner there, the Exuma Foundation. And then finally, the renovation is being done at Abaco, at Dundas and Murphytown, the old primary school there.
BTVI also has instructional centers where they work closely with various high schools, such as Huntley Christie High School on North Andros and Abaco's Morse Island All-Age School. When it comes to the recruitment, Davis shares that it is an ongoing initiative as courses will be made available on Family Islands where there is an interest.
The challenge with trades education, and this is not only in the Bahamas, but globally, is that it's frequently looked at as a second choice. But the reality is it can be a very lucrative choice or pathway. And so what BTVI is engaged upon now in terms of its outreach into the Family Islands in particular is to try to get the message out there that you can make a good living through trades education.
Davis encouraged individuals to take full advantage of the available courses, as there are jobs and positions waiting to be filled.
The skills gap is real, and just about every report that we have gotten, whether it's in concert with IDB or skills inventories through the Department of Labor, has said to us, the reality is that we have to outsource. The reality is that we have to bring in expatriates to do a lot of the work that there are jobs for.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Wes Calix Forbes.
We still have more news to come, but Marcellus Hall has a look at what's coming up in sports. Marcellus?
Coming up in sports for tonight, the New Providence Softball Association wrapping up its regular season. Details ahead in sports.
If you see news in the making, call ZNS News at 502-3800 or email us at znsnews@gmail.com.
Tourism today. Bahamas tourism today. On the heels of the Tourism is Everyone's Business song competition, the winners revealed the inspiration behind the creation of their now award-winning songs.
The message is the fact that whether you are coming for one day, whether you're coming for a week, whether you decide that maybe you want to invest in our beautiful country, I want you to always feel at home. I want you to know that our roots, our culture is what we breathe here. And I want everyone to be a part of that.
My song is called The Bahamas, and in brackets I put a real place because, you know, we have this little joke where anytime we see something amazing happen there or something unbelievable, we say, no, the Bahamas ain't a real place. And so I put just in brackets a real place because it is a real place, but sometimes it don't feel real. And so my song was inspired by that magic. Any Bahamian could relate to, especially when you're on one of our islands and you get some time alone and you just experience nature, the water, just the feeling. So it's about trying to capture that feeling in a sound.
The song we created was inspired by everything that
we found to be truly Bahamian. You know? We wanted the song to be nostalgic to Bahamians, but also have a universal flair that can attract the potential future visitors. We all have a part to play when people come and visit the Bahamas. You know, they don't just come and visit the place or experience the place, they experience the heart of the people, you know, the way we move, the way we talk, the way we treat each other, and the way we treat them, you know. So we all have an integral part to play in creating that environment for healthy tourism, and that's why it's our business.
For more tourism updates, visit Tourism Today or Bahamas.com. I'm Michael Miller, and this is Tourism Today.
decade ago, the Bahamas Striping Group of companies was birthed out of a passion to change the way we travel. From only a $5,000 grant, the tenacity and work ethic has propelled BSGC to one of the leading road management companies in the Caribbean. We pride ourselves on going the extra mile where others won't, through the use of our state-of-the-art equipment and our certified team. Although the success is commendable, the road has been long. Yet, the mission continues in striving to be a world-class organization ran by Bahamians for Bahamians. With the help of our experienced and hardworking team, we at the Bahamas Striping Group of companies are committed to making a difference, one road at a time.
Welcome to our SBDC Business Tips, where we share valuable insights with small business owners. From practical advice to actionable tips, we're here to support you on your journey to success. Build a strong brand. Building a strong brand is crucial for long-term success in today's competitive business landscape. Your brand is more than just a logo. It's the essence of your business. Invest time and effort into developing a strong brand identity that reflects your values, mission, and personality. A strong brand can help you to stand out in a crowded market, build trust with your customers, and foster a long-term relationship that drives business success. We hope you find these business tips helpful. To help your business reach its full potential, visit sbdcbahamas.com or give us a call at 242-461-SBDC.
Life is not always easy. We may find ourselves in situations that turn our worlds upside down. No matter how low you believe you have fallen, get help if you need it. Do what you have to do to get on your feet again. This message was brought to you by the Bahamas Psychological Association.
We here at Candid Security offer a varied range of security services, including guard service. We do armored service, we do pre-employment investigation, background checks, also vet people for employment. A live business hosted PBX is extremely important to our operation. I don't have to be in my office. I can easily get connected with our clients, my vendors, my NASA office, and with our employees in the field, anytime, anywhere.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station, open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
Some 500 students of the Seabreeze constituency were treated to a back-to-school jamboree on Sunday past. Area Member of Parliament, Her Excellency Leslie Miller-Bryce, talked about why it was so crucial to host an event like this for our little darlings.
This is an overwhelming response, and when I tell you I am humbled and grateful, I am so grateful to the residents of Seabreeze. They showed up today. The little ones are here in the hundreds.
Students received back-to-school packages for attending the event. These gifts were open to Seabreeze constituents only and required proof of residency to be collected. The area MP reached out to the students watching.
And so I just want to appeal to our grade 12 graduates. We need male teachers in the school. The Minister of Education will be very happy if we get some more males. I'm also today honoring my honor roll students. Every honor roll student in Seabreeze is getting a prize today, a gift certificate and a huge bag.
The Department of Immigration's Airport Division and Urban Renewal joined forces today to distribute school supplies to the children of the Centerville community. The back-to-school giveaway held at the Centerville Urban Renewal office was filled with eager children and grateful parents, all excited to receive the tools needed for a successful school year. The initiative is part of a broader effort to support education and alleviate the financial burden for Bahamian families.
We are hoping that the initiative would help the parents reduce some of the expense for the parents, especially in the inner cities.
It has a major impact on the community because we know this is the back-to-school season. And in the inner cities and inner communities, we have a lot of single parents that it's a trying financial time for them. And when we can come together and partner with organizations such as the Bahamas Department of Immigration to alleviate some of that stress, it shows the impact that the urban renewal and other corporate sponsors have on the community.
Member of Parliament for Centerville, the Honorable Jomo Campbell, shared the importance of supporting education and left a message for students as they head back to the classroom.
The youth are our future, and we have to empower them with the necessary tools and skill set available to be able to manage this country and take the Bahamas above and beyond our expectations. And so it's a community effort, and we want them to know that the community is behind them to support them and ensure that they have the opportunities necessary to do well in school. And at the end of the day, we're here for you. Family. That's what we are in the Centerville constituency.
Reagan scrape is deeply entrenched in the Bahamian culture, and some youngsters here in the capital are learning more about this popular form of Bahamian music. An accordion revival workshop underway at Zion Baptist Church on East and Shirley Streets encourages participants to do their part in keeping this musical tradition alive. World-renowned Scottish accordionist Graham Mackey and his wife Magdalena are facilitating the course.
A lot of them have started from scratch, from zero experience. So I have a little method that I use back home, which gets them developing a relationship with the instrument pretty quickly, pretty early on. So they've kind of latched onto that beautifully, and a lot of them now have gone from never playing the instrument before to playing 2 or 3, even 4 pieces within the space of 10 days.
We all enjoy being here. We've got down moments when we are a little bit more tired because the camp is quite intense, and we've been doing quite a lot of activities.
Head of the Cat Island Accordion and French camp, Diana Hamilton, hopes the camp can one day reach the entire country. As most Bahamians know, the accordion is played during rake and scrape, but she maintains finding a teacher for a wide range of students wasn't easy.
There are children on Cat Island that are playing, so we were there until COVID from 2013. I think our last camp was in 2018, and the idea is for this camp to be mobile because the accordion was played all over the Bahamas, and so Nassau seemed the next logical step.
Stay close, there's more news right after this. You're watching The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report.
Hey, Mom. Can you look after Kaylee?
Sorry. I'll be out for a while dealing with my home and car insurance.
What? You know there's a newer way, right?
A new way?
Where have you been? Look, go to newerinsurance.com, log in, get your quote, buy your insurance, done. You can even use it to manage your claim.
Oh? By the way, it's not newer. It's N-U-A. Where's she been?
Do it anyway with NUA Insurance Agents and Brokers.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home healthcare supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price, and you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
You could spend more, but why? Save with the specials at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. See Best Tuna, 5-ounce, 2 for $1.89. Wesson Canola Oil, 48-ounce, $4.99. Sweet Peaches or Nectarines, $1.99 per pound. Mort's Assorted Juices, 8-pack, 6.75 ounces, $5.99. Chicken Leg Quarters, 10-pound bag, $1.09 per pound. Rescuing you from high prices, that's Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
Colon cancer is the 3rd most common cancer affecting Bahamians. Your risk of developing colon cancer is increased if you have a personal history of colorectal cancer or colon polyps, a family history of colon cancer, or inflammatory bowel diseases such as ulcerative colitis. Other factors that can increase your risk of developing colon cancer are low fiber, high fat diets, a sedentary lifestyle, obesity, smoking, and alcohol. You can take steps to reduce your risk of colon cancer by making specific lifestyle changes. Eat a variety of fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. These foods contain fiber, minerals, vitamins, and antioxidants, which may play a role in cancer prevention. Drink alcohol in moderation or not at all. Do not smoke. Exercise with a goal of getting in at least 30 minutes each day. If you've been inactive, start slowly and gradually build up to 30 minutes. Also, talk to your doctor before starting any exercise program. Maintain a healthy weight. If you're at a healthy weight, maintain it by combining a well-balanced diet with daily exercise. If you need to lose weight, ask your doctor about healthy ways to achieve your goal. Colon cancer screening can also help to prevent colon cancer or lead to its early detection when treatment is most effective. If you're 45 years or older, speak to your doctor about having a colonoscopy or some form of colon cancer screening that may be appropriate for you. I'm Dr. Eugene Marcus Cooper. Pay attention to your health. Get the facts and discuss colon cancer with your physician today.
This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health in partnership with the Public Hospitals Authority.
Minister of Works and Family Island Affairs, the Honorable Clay Sweeting, says the long-awaited roadworks in Andros will begin soon. It follows a protest staged by residents on Monday, prompting the Central and South Andros and Mangrove Key MP to respond. Minister Sweeting noted that the contract has been signed and residents on the island should feel some relief in the coming weeks.
Upon taking office, we got a lot of complaints from the persons in South Andros about the current road paving, which was sand and seal paving there in South Andros. Upon looking at that, the ministry canceled that contract, renegotiated with a new contractor, and now we're providing not only asphalt paving there, but also new water mains that will be inclusive in this project. The contract was signed about 4 weeks or 5 weeks ago, and the equipment should be in Andros this week.
It's time now for a check on Family Island weather with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening, Basil. I know we're inching a bit closer to the weekend. Is there any rain in the forecast?
There's much more rain in the forecast. We still have that lingering trough, which dumped some heavy thunderstorms this afternoon. All the details coming up later in the newscast, so stay tuned. But right now, we're under partly cloudy skies. Temperature 83 degrees. The relative humidity at 62%. Southeast winds at 4 miles per hour. The barometric pressure 1,016.7 7 millibars. That is 30.02 inches. And your temperatures around the islands this evening. Marshall, Abaco, 82 degrees, 85 in Green Tulkey, also Freeport at 85 degrees, 86 in the Berry Islands. Alisan, Bimini, 85 degrees in Harper Island, 86. Roxanne, Eleuthera, 85. Fresh Creek, Central Andros at 83 degrees. Camp Space on Andros, Black Point, Exuma, Artistan, Cat Island, San Salvador, and Remke, all at 85 degrees. In Ragged Island, Clarence Sound Island, and Crooked Island, Mercury Column, 86 degrees, 85 in Betsy Bay, Megwana. Ackland's 88 degrees, Matthew Tiny Nagel, 87, and the Turks and Caicos Islands at 85 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Agri-business, where you're always protected during the worst storms. In the northwestern islands, tonight through Thursday, your winds are going to be southeast at 10 to 15 knots, wave heights 2 to 4 feet. The high tide will occur at 9:59 tonight, with another high tide at 10:27 tomorrow morning in the central and southeastern islands tonight through Thursday. Easterly winds 15 to 20 knots. The wave heights, they're going to be a bit on the choppy side at 4 to 6 feet over the ocean. Hence, we're asking small craft caution in the central and southeastern Bahamas. And then on Friday in the northwestern islands, your winds become easterly, maintaining that 10 to 15 knot speeds, and the wave heights unchanged at 2 to 4 feet. High tide on Friday, 11:20 in the morning, with the low tide at 5:39 in the afternoon. For the central and southeastern islands on Friday, that persistent easterly flow will continue with wave heights 4 to 7 feet, maintaining the caution flags for both the central and southeast Bahamas. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. That is going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned. Your extended weather forecast is still ahead.
In case you missed the news or want to stay ahead, follow us at ZNS Digital on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or X. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and visit us on our website at znsbahamas.com.
The most important thing in life is family. And whenever you need reliable advice, you look to the people you know you can trust. At J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, we earn our clients' trust every day. Whether it's home, motor, travel, or commercial insurance, we've got you covered. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
J.S. Johnson Insurance, peace of mind.
Health is the greatest gift. That's where we come in. Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies is a premier distributor of medical equipment, as well as medical and surgical consumables. Our engineers are always on hand, providing top care service that saves lives. We carry a wide selection of over-the-counter and prescription items, IV fluids, and other injections. Our products are state-of-the-art, and our entire team stays on top of cutting-edge technology. With more than 2 decades of dedicated service, Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies continues to be a trendsetter and innovator in healthcare. We have set ourselves apart by truly caring for our customers. We understand the intricacies of healthcare, and we produce spectacular results. We cherish our partnerships and nurture our friendships as we continue on our quest to help everyone maintain that wonderful gift of good health.
Find us on 95th Terrace, Centerville, and now located in the Lucaya Shopping Center of Freeport, Grand Bahama.
Why pay more when you can pay less? Shop the specials at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Kraft macaroni and cheese, 7 1/4 ounce, 2 for $2. Distinction Long Life Milk, assorted 1 liter, $2.29. Old Carolina Bacon, 12 ounce, $4.49. Sweet bananas, 89 cents per pound. Beef short ribs, $2.99 per pound. Rescuing you from high prices. That's Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
SHSS Electrical has relocated. You can now find them on Chesapeake Road in the former Minute Muffler building. There, you can pick up square D switches, combos, breakers, and breaker panels, plus all the electrical wires you need. Want meter cans, LED bulbs, and ceiling fans? You can find it all at SHSS Electrical.
Need a DNA test to find out if someone is your father, your child, or your grandparent? Call DNA Direct at 324-0665. Get a DNA test for as low as $450. Now you can prove that you are or are not related to an individual easily. Call DNA Direct 324-0665.
Don't let your home or business be in the dark. When there's a blackout, it's time to purchase the new EcoFlow portable generator. This powerful device gives you hours of uninterrupted electricity for your fans, refrigerator, television, and air conditioning units. Dial 327-4504 and see how affordable your EcoFlow portable generator is.
During the calm before the storm.
Life-threatening storm surge and winds in the northwestern Bahamas.
2019, Freeport Grand Bahama, praying for the best.
And in the wake of the devastation. We've hosted countless shows. We've interviewed numerous individuals. We've covered every angle and shared everyone's stories.
The whole roof came off.
Now, 5 years after Hurricane Dorian, we are telling our story.
We need to move now. Let's go now. You can see we make it out of the hurricane.
I wasn't imagining this.
I was scared. I didn't know if I was staying or coming and crying.
This was a storm like no other.
Join us for a Hurricane Dorian special as we take you into the eye of the newsroom. See what we endured behind the scenes during our relentless 72-hour live coverage from before and after the deadliest storm in our nation's history.
Outside is actually flooded.
This is more than a documentary. It's our journey, a testament to our dedication and our commitment to you. Airing September 1st on the only station that kept you informed during the worst storm in the history of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. This is the eye of the newsroom.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Well, welcome to your ZNS Total Sports Check, everybody out Marcellus Hall. Final night, regular season, New Province Softball Association yesterday evening. 2 ladies games on the agenda, starting with the R&B Operators taking on the Johnson Lady Truckers. Operators in the yellow, they jumped out to a 7-1 lead before the Truckers added a few runs to make it 7-4. Operators, however, they got it going once again. They pull away for the win. 12-6 ends up being your final. Pitcher Brendia Ferguson also had a good night at the plate. She went 2 for 2 with a triple, 3 runs scored, and an RBI. Caught up with her after the game to get her thoughts on the win.
I'm super excited about the win. I'm confident in my team. We've worked very hard. This has been a long time coming once again. Hopefully this time we could take the win this time. We've worked on a few things, and we hope that we could display them come championship. So we're ready.
Now Ferguson getting some help offensively from her squad as Jeanette Hilton was 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored and 3 RBI, and Sierra Bowe adding a home run and 2 RBIs.
We're very strong, very strong. We have acknowledged all of our weaknesses and we've worked on them. So like I said, we're very ready for the championships. We're very ready to take the win.
You know who you're facing in the first round?
I have an idea, but I don't want to jinx it. So the ladies came out there to play. We'll see after the game who the real warrior is. And then in the end, we'll see who the true warrior is.
Feature game, UB Mingos trying to keep their season alive. They took on the Sunshine Auto Wildcats. Mingos needed a win, but it was simply not meant to be. Mingos riding a strong pitching performance. The Wildcats riding a strong pitching performance from Tila Stevens. They get the victory here, 11-2. Stevens would also add a double and 2 RBIs at the plate. Jazzy Scavella, 1 for 2 with a run scored, and Kenya Forbes and Trinae Bryce both went 1 for 1 with 2 runs scored. And Bahamas Motorsports Association has been staying busy lately, training a new crop of young drivers to represent the country at international events coming up in October. Now, they're talking about the selection process ahead and saying it certainly will be different.
For sure, you have to have entrance fees, and we have to form a new team Bahamas. For this purpose, we actually flew in 2 trainers from England, from Wales to be exact, to train the kids here locally on the Bahamas Hot Rod Association track. So we can see who is the talent whom we can take for what, because there are in total 26 disciplines in motorsports. So we do need funding for sure, and we would appreciate whoever would like to contribute to that to help us with this.
Jonquel Jones and the New York Liberty up against the Dallas Wings last night. Liberty winners of 6 straight and looking to keep that streak alive. Jones doing her part. She scored 23 points to go along with 12 rebounds and 2 steals. Liberty win yet again, 94-74. They improved to 24-4 on the season, first in the Eastern Conference. And that's your check on sports for you here tonight. We do have your weather forecast just around the corner. Stay with us.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
From June 1st to November 30th, the ZNS Radio and Television Network is the #1 source in the Bahamas for hurricane information before, during, and after a storm. Now is the time to choose your radio and television hurricane season ad packages. Get extra special rates and run the ads only when you want them to run. Call the ZNS sales office today at 502-3800.
Influenza, or the flu as it is commonly called, is a viral illness that usually occurs between the months October to March. The virus is transmitted from person to person through coughing, sneezing, or talking. Symptoms include fever, cough, headache, runny nose, generalized body aches, and fatigue. There is no specific treatment for the flu, and the symptoms usually dissipate after 3 to 7 days. Because it is caused by a virus, antibiotics are not used to treat the flu. Persons are encouraged to rest and drink lots of fluids. Panadol is recommended for fever and body aches associated with the flu. However, aspirin should be avoided due to the risk of bleeding. To decrease the spread of flu, persons are encouraged to get their flu shot annually and practice good cough hygiene. Additional information can be provided by your community clinic or the Health Education Division at the Ministry of Health. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health in partnership with the Public Hospitals Authority.
Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather, our satellite pictures are showing quite a bit of moisture across the northwest Bahamas, and that's associated with a mid to upper level trough that's been in the area now for several days and will remain with us right through the weekend as it vacillates north and south across the area. So from time to time, you will have some heavy downpours, which will involve some thunderstorm activity as well, some of which we got this afternoon. Well, more of that will be returning over the next several days. And then our forecast for tonight, this is how things are going to shape up. We're looking at partly cloudy, very warm conditions. Your low temperature tonight, 81 degrees. Tomorrow, it's going to look like this. Thunderstorms in spots. That's during the morning hours. Otherwise, it's going to be sunny to partly cloudy in the afternoon. High temperature of 91 degrees and extended weather forecast over the next several days. Tomorrow, you'll have some sunshine, but as we head into Friday and Saturday, we will see some gray skies with scattered showers and thunderstorms developing. Some of those could be heavy at times. Sunday, things are let up just a bit, but we'll still have some morning showers and maybe a thunderstorm or 2 developing as well. And the remainder of the early part of next week, mixed bag of clouds and sunshine, but those summer-type showers will remain in place. Temperatures getting back up into the 90s as of Sunday, and that will be with us as we head into the early part of next week. Now, your nighttime temperatures, very muggy conditions over the next several days, right through the weekend. We'll get some relief as we head into Monday Monday, where we will see temperatures dropping in the mid-70s during the nighttime, and that will be with us right into the middle part of next week. LaDawn.
Thanks a lot, Basil. From presiding over the upper chamber to picking up a new title, that's what happened to the president of the Senate during a trip to a tertiary institution in Jamaica. Devontae Hanna has the story.
As one of only 5 women to serve as president of the Senate, the Honorable J. Lachelle Adderley has been a trailblazer in the legal and political arenas, earning her admiration both home and abroad.
I confer on you the degree Doctor of Laws.
And just last week, she was awarded a prestigious honorary degree from Northern Caribbean University in Mandeville, Jamaica.
I'm appreciative of your recognition of my contribution to law, regulatory compliance, monetary economics, financial services, politics, and civics.
The degree was bestowed during NCU's commencement ceremony celebrating the achievements of students at the Adventist Tertiary Institution. But with almost 30 years into an expansive legal career, Dr. Adderley says her work is not yet done.
And will use this advanced degree to inspire future generations that service to God and country matters.
Recounting the time when she was unable to serve as an opposition senator in 2017 due to professional reasons, a time she says brought her great disappointment.
I became known as the almost senator. Fast forward to October 2021. The same God that I thought was silent showed up 4 years later. The opposition party of 2017 became the governing party of 2021. I was subsequently appointed a senator and voted in as #1 in order of president, the president of the Bahamas Senate.
She calls it a testament of her faith and encouraged students to use the same in their endeavors and warned them not to give up even when the road seems tough.
When the obstacles and goals are unattainable, remember, graduating class of 2004, that you are empowered with excellence. Keep going.
Adderley, who is now the highest-ranking Adventist in Bahamian office, thanked NCU, but used her life as a lesson for students who turned their tassels for a place in the professional world. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Devontae Hanna.
Thanks a lot, Devontae. And before we end, we want to extend happy wedding anniversary greeting to Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis and his wife Anne-Marie from all of us here at ZNS and Bahamians across the country. And we also want to wish former Prime Minister, the Right Honorable Perry Christie, a happy 81st birthday. Well, that does it for the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. From all of us here at ZNS, I'm LaDawn Davis. Make it a great evening, everyone.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Harborside Chats. I'm Governor John Roll of the Central Bank of the Bahamas, and we're holding these discussions on the occasion of the Central Bank's 50th anniversary. Today we're having a conversation on the environment in the Bahamas around the ease of doing business and the role that the Central Bank and other stakeholders play in that process. Particularly with me today, the conversation is focusing on our chambers of commerce and our civil society. So I'm very pleased, therefore, to have with me as part of that conversation, first of all, Dr. Leo Roll, who is the CEO of the Bahamas Chambers of Commerce and Employers Confederation, Dr. Anthony Hamilton, who's the president of Civil Society Bahamas, and joining us from Eleuthera with a Family Island perspective, Mr. Thomas Sands Jr., who's the president of the Eleuthera Chamber of Commerce. Gentlemen, thank you for being here. Welcome.
Glad to be here.
Good
morning, thank you.
And before we get into the particulars of this conversation, I just want to have a bit of an introduction to each of you so that our viewers can understand your background. And let's start with you, Dr. Roll. You've had a very extensive career in the private sector, and you've transitioned now to heading up the Chamber of Commerce. How has your diverse background in getting to this point prepared you for this new task?
Okay, thank you for the question. Great question, sir. I think my background has always been littered with, as you said, a number of entities. However, working directly with small business through the Small Business Development Center, I think has been one of the greatest impetus to help me in the role that I am at now, because what it does is it allows me to see the challenges that small businesses have, both from the standpoint of actually development and from the standpoint of training, entrepreneurship, and those endeavors, having been a teacher and still a lecturer myself. And so I think the roles that I've had in the past have helped to kind of streamline and straighten the path where I'm at today. And so I'm hoping that I'm able to provide a level of support to small businesses given my background.
Thank you. And Dr. Hamilton, I know that you've been involved with Civil Society Bahamas for at least a decade. I know you also wear a professional hat in another sphere. But in terms of your role in Civil Society Bahamas, what advice, based upon the experience that you've gained, do you have for others who might eventually move into a role such as yours?
Thank you, Dr. Roll. I'm most pleased. I decided to do a prepared statement to encompass the civil society sector because of my diverse engagement in the society.
Please.
And so I'll just run right into that. The most important lesson that I've embraced as the president of Civil Society Bahamas, as the apex body of civil society organizations for the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, is to have a healthy appreciation of the need for the unique national unity experience of people being the most important assets and investments of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Having said that, further to always promote the key priorities